We are keeping a close eye on the action unfolding in the Middle East. U.S. defense officials confirmed to Fox News that a base housing U.S. troops in Syria was attacked by drones this morning. No injuries have been reported. It comes as the U.S. bolsters its presence in the region. 2 aircraft carrier groups have been deployed, joining fighter jets that have just arrived. The Pentagon is also sending more missile defense systems, and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has about 100 more troops on ready-to-deploy orders, adding to the 2,000 troops already on 24 hours' notice to deploy to the Middle East. It's all in the hopes of deterring Iran and other bad actors from interfering in Israel's war with Hamas. Meanwhile, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is connecting the dots, warning of the larger looming threat to the United States and deeming Iran, China, and Russia a new axis of evil.
The world is more endangered today than it has been in my lifetime. You have to respond to conditions that actually exist, that are a threat to the United States. The Iranians are a threat to us as well. And so this is an emergency. It's an emergency that we step up and deal with this axis of evil: China, Russia, Iran, because it's an immediate threat to the United States.
Pete, the argument is that he is voicing what the defense and intelligence communities have been stating for a long time. The question is, will our administration respond accordingly?
The problem is I don't even want to say little, no faith in this administration to execute, no faith in Lloyd Austin at the Pentagon to put together a coherent military strategy. And then you just have targets in the region who are not deterring anything. This is the administration that was going to deter the Ukraine invasion, that was going to deter the Taliban from taking over Afghanistan. They're obsessed with climatizing and climate change in the military. And then real threats pop up. And all they've done instead is drive Russia into the hands of China, empowered Iran with money and the capability to reach a nuclear bomb. Imagine if they had a bomb and what this situation would look like in that scenario. So it's good to have troops there if you're really going to deter. But if you're led by fools, which we are right now, and Mitch McConnell could say that, he's part of the same foreign policy consensus that brought us to this point, then it doesn't make you feel good about the situation we're in, even with all that combat power.
And Tammy, that's exactly the point, that apparently deterrence hasn't worked at all, given that just this morning our troops yet again were fired on.
Well, look, and then you've got, whether it's McConnell, people who've been in Washington for decades. And the answer has always been for decades, just stop. Israel, just, go in, then stop and withdraw, have a ceasefire, send in the aid. And it's over and over and over and over again. And this is what you end up getting. You get an entity that believes the same damn thing's going to happen, and it encourages them. They push it further and further and further. And that's what we saw. I don't know, maybe Joe Biden would call what happened on the 7th a limited incursion. I don't know. But that is the problem. It's not just your opinion. What you stated is the world's opinion. And we saw that after Afghanistan was the panic in Taiwan and other places about people feeling like they're on their own. And, oh, the joy of that. So is this a war with Hamas? Yes, but it's a proxy for Iran. We can't ignore that. And I think that this is what, when will more Americans die? In all likelihood, just like they did in Afghanistan. This is on the hands of Biden and everyone in the establishment who's let this grow into the cancer that it is.
Kayleigh, Tammy brings up President Biden. 3/4 of Americans believe in funding to secure the southern border, and the same amount approximately to fund this war, to support Israel. Just over half support funding for Ukraine, and a far distant below is humanitarian aid. And yet, in this massive spending package that he announced during his lackluster speech on Thursday, all of those numbers were reversed. The massive amount of money going toward Ukraine and humanitarian aid, and just a little bit, 15% to, for example, the southern border. So there seems to be a disconnect massively between what this president chooses to do and how Americans deem it is in our best security interest, which, as he said, was the point of that funding.
It's a total disconnect. So when you look at this behemoth of an aid package, $14.3 billion to Israel, directly earmarked to Israel, great, it should be. But when you read down, $10 billion, roughly $10 billion for humanitarian needs across Israel, Ukraine, Gaza, and other global needs. So just $4 billion shy of what you're giving to Israel is a bucket of money that you could theoretically just shove all into the Gaza Strip, which we know goes to Hamas, doesn't go to the civilians in need there. This is a naive administration. If you watched his speech, didn't give you much hope. It was a speech for a domestic political audience, checking the right boxes, saying the right things, being sufficiently supportive of Israel in word, perhaps not in action. One mention of Iran, very tepid. And where was the message to those holding hostages? Do not harm a hostage. If you do, you will meet the fate of Soleimani. That didn't exist. It was for a domestic political audience solely.
And Harris, this is a commander-in-chief who said that our greatest threat is climate change and focuses on sort of that woke advertising, for example, the Navy with people skipping around and parading. So I worry that our troops are in greater harm's way because this administration failed to ready them for this action now.
We all are. What do you mean? They want to hit us here, too. You don't think there's some people who may have come across the border before we started counting heads from that region just about a week ago? I mean, we weren't trying hard enough to figure out who the gotaways were in between the checkpoints. This was somewhat coordinated. It had to have been. And I say somewhat because they always hate us and they're always trying to come up with something from somewhere. But you cannot miss the signs here. Just days after that sweetheart deal that released $6 billion in sanctions, whether they were going to spend it on terror or whatever, what it allowed them to do was to tuck that away and to spend other money on other things and then have that be their backup. That's parked in Qatar. You want to know the connection? That's a connection. And who's also right next to that money in Qatar? The diaspora office's leader, the former leader of Hamas. That's where his new job is. But I do want to bring this up. So we've just found out from the Pentagon that a base housing U.S. troops in Syria has been attacked by drones today. The Pentagon press secretary, Brigadier General Pat Ryder, confirmed that we'd been attacked to reporters. U.S. forces at Al-Tank garrison in Syria took down 2 one-way attack drones with defensive systems. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported. Pete, that's up by Lebanon. Is that now the new front?
Well, that's Iran attacking Americans, just like Iran was attacking Americans in Iraq and killing Americans for years. We know exactly who they are, exactly what they want. And only when we drop bombs on the head of their leader. And by the way, the world consensus told us everything was going to explode. And it didn't. They backed down because they respect strength only.
Hopefully we'll have some strength in the near future.